So what are trap answers? First question. Here, one of these options is a trap answer. Now what happens is whenever we see an equation, whenever students see an equation, they will straightforward try to solve that equation. So if I were in high school, I would straight away, if I'm doing an exam, I know the clock is ticking, I would, straight away try to solve this equation. I would say, okay, 5x minus 3x gives me 2x, and then add a 2 on both the sides. That gives me 6, and I would say divide the equation by 2. That gives me x equals 3, and we will simply tick the first option, that is option 3. This is your trap answer. This is your trap answer. Now the test makers know that many students will not read the question completely, because this happens when we are giving a standardized test. Whenever there is a time constraint, we sometimes skip to read the question completely, and whenever we see an equation, we just try to solve it for x. We see the value of x in the options and we just select that option. But in this question, they are asking for the value of 2x, and we don't even have to solve the question completely. We are getting the value of 2x in the second step itself. So 2x is 6, which is option D. Now though, you will see that the trap answers will be, most of the times the trap answer will be your option A, because that's the option that you first see. Let's look at another trap answer. When 4 times the number is added to 12, the result is 8. Okay, 4 times the number x. So 4 times the number x, that means 4x, is added to, that translates to plus, added to 12. The result is equals to symbol. The result is means equality, 8. That's your equation. Now again, you will do the same mistake. You will try to simplify. You will try to find out the value of x. Now students, can you just solve for x and tell me the value of x from this equation?
1. Negative 1 times 2, that'd be negative 2 plus 7, that's 5.
Perfect.
Wait, what?
Perfect. X will be negative 1. That's correct. Give me a second. X will be negative 1, and see, they have given negative 1 as option A. Some students will again make the same mistake. They will not read the next part of the question. They will get x equals negative 1 and they will select the first option, but you have to read the next part of the question. Next part says that what number results when 2 times x, that is negative 1, is added to 7. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 plus 7 gives us positive 5. So option A is not correct, option B is correct. Again, the trap answer is option A. These are all questions from previous SAT math exams. Okay, so you have to understand, be wary of option A. Always be wary of option A. You all know how to solve an equation, you all know how to write expressions, you all know how to solve everything, but be wary of the answer choices. So I suggest that when you're solving a question, just hide the options. Just hide the options. Okay, just hide the option from your hand like this, and solve the question first, get the answer, and then look at the options. Trust me, this will work wonders for you. Okay, in this question, all the options could be trap answers except one correct option. So let's see. This is a good one. So if q is 4, what is 3d times 4 minus 3q? So we have 3d times 4 minus 3q. And we have to find the expression of this value in terms of d when q is equal to 4. So let's substitute q as 4. So 4 minus 3 times 4. Now here, 4 minus 3 times 4 gives us 12. 4 minus 12 gives us negative 8. Now this step is really crucial. After this step, most of the students will make mistake. If you mistake this with subtraction, you would get negative 5d. If you do 3d minus 8 and you think like there is an D here, you would do negative 5D and you would get option B as correct. If somehow you ignore this negative sign and you multiply with positive 8, you will get 24D, which is option E, which is not correct again. If somehow you apply distributive property at this step and you do 3D times 4, which gives us 12D, and 3D times negative 12, which by mistake you write 12, then you would get option D, which is again not correct. If somehow you forget this D, then you would do 12 minus 12 and you would get 0, which is option C, which is again not correct. The correct option is 3D times negative 24, sorry, times negative 8, which gives us negative 4D, option A. So the test makers know what all possible type of mistakes students can make. You know, if there is somebody whose algebraic concepts are not clear, these are all the potential mistakes that you can make. So that's why they've given all the incorrect answer choices as the options. This is the favorite of SAT math test creators. You will definitely get a question related on rise over run, where you have to find out the slope of a line. You just be careful about these graphs. It's not necessary that they are of 1-to-1 scale. In this question, they are asking what is the slope of this line. Now you may be tempted to find rise over run, and you would count the number of boxes. You would say, okay, the rise is 1, 2, 3, and the run is 1, 2. Oh, I'm getting the slope 1.5, yay! But no, that is not correct. You have to see the scale. What is the scale here? On the x-axis, 1 square is equal to 1 unit. Okay? On the x-axis, 1 square is equal to 1 unit. So this is 1, this is 2. But on the y-axis, 1 square is equivalent to 10 units. So this is 10, this is 20, and this is 30. So what will be the slope for this line?
Negative 15.
Negative 15. And why will it be negative?
It's because it's like a graph that's going downwards.
Yeah, it's a downward going line. It's a falling line. It's a falling line. Again, be very careful with this, that the slope of this line will be negative 15 and not positive 15, because it's a falling line. Okay, and be careful, be cautious of the scale.